Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle recently addressed American Catholics in a powerful speech that has since stirred a wide range of reactions. As one of the most influential figures in the Catholic Church today, his words carried immense weight, offering a message that both challenged and inspired. But his address was far from just another routine message. It was a heartfelt appeal for unity in a time of division, a call to embrace the values of inclusivity, compassion, and understanding. His words resonated deeply with many, while also sparking debates about the future direction of the Catholic Church in America. But what did his speech really reveal, and what impact could it have on the Church's future? To fully understand the significance of Tagle's message, we need to look at the context in which it was delivered. The American Catholic Church is in the midst of a major crisis, marked by deep internal divisions and a growing disconnect between the Church and many of its followers. Issues like LGBTQ+ inclusion, the role of women in the Church, and the ongoing clerical abuse scandal have led to intense debates and bitter divides. Conservative and progressive factions have clashed over these issues, and these conflicts have threatened the very unity of the Church. In this environment, Cardinal Tagle's message came as a much-needed call for reconciliation. Tagle's speech wasn't just about offering comfort or offering empty platitudes. It was a plea for unity in the face of deep division. He called for American Catholics to come together, transcending ideological lines, and embrace the Eucharist as a symbol of unity and love. For Tagle, the Eucharist was more than just a ritual. It was a reminder of the deeper calling of all Catholics, to live lives of service, humility, and love for their neighbors. In his address, he echoed the message of Pope Francis, calling for a church that is more merciful, inclusive, and outward-looking. However, while Tagle's words were inspiring to many, they also left some important issues unaddressed. His speech did not directly tackle some of the most contentious topics that have divided the Church in recent years, such as LGBTQ+ rights, women's roles in the Church, or the Church's response to the abuse scandals. These omissions have raised eyebrows, with some questioning whether Tagle's address was truly a sign of change or just a continuation of the Church's reluctance to confront these difficult issues head-on. Was Tagle trying to avoid further division, or was he missing an opportunity to offer concrete guidance on these matters? In his diplomatic language, Tagle navigated the complex terrain of American Catholicism with caution. His message balanced calls for inclusivity and compassion with a reaffirmation of traditional Church teachings. This approach allowed different factions within the Church to find something to resonate with in his speech, but it also left many wondering about the Church's stance on key issues. The silence on LGBTQ+ inclusion, for instance, left some Catholics frustrated, while others felt that the lack of clarity on women's roles in the Church was a missed opportunity to advocate for real change. The reaction to Tagle's speech was as divided as the American Catholic Church itself. Progressive Catholics praised his message of social justice, mercy, and inclusivity, seeing it as a step toward a more compassionate Church. On the other hand, conservative Catholics expressed concern that his speech did not reaffirm traditional doctrines on issues like abortion and same-sex marriage. For them, while his call for unity was welcome, it was not enough to ease their fears that the Church was straying too far from its core teachings. The varied responses to Tagle's speech highlight the ongoing challenges within the American Catholic community. His address was meant to bring people together, but it also underscored the difficulty of achieving true unity in a Church that is deeply divided. Despite his calls for inclusivity and dialogue, it remains unclear how the Church will move forward in addressing the issues that continue to cause friction. Tagle's speech also marks a potential turning point in Vatican-American relations. His appointment as Pope Francis's special envoy signals a shift toward greater engagement with American Catholics. His emphasis on mercy, inclusivity, and social justice aligns with the Pope's broader vision for a more global and outward-looking Church. Whether this represents a significant departure from past Vatican approaches or simply reflects ongoing trends remains to be seen. However, what is clear is that Tagle's visit to the US has raised important questions about the future direction of the Church and its relationship with its American followers. Looking beyond America, Tagle's message has global implications. The Catholic Church worldwide faces many of the same challenges that are being felt in America, including declining attendance, increasing secularization, and internal divisions over doctrine and social issues. Tagle's call for unity and compassion is not just a response to the specific challenges facing the American Church, but a broader vision for the Church's future in the 21st century. His emphasis on inclusivity and social justice reflects an awareness of the need for the Church to adapt to a rapidly changing world. As we reflect on Tagle's address, one thing is clear. It has sparked an important conversation about the future of the Church. His message of unity and mercy has resonated with many, but the omission of critical issues and the diplomatic language he employed leave questions unanswered. What will the lasting impact of his speech be? Will it inspire lasting change, or will it fade into the background of ongoing debates? Only time will tell, but what is certain is that his words have ignited a discussion that cannot be ignored. The road to unity in the Church is a long one, but Tagle's address has opened the door to a deeper dialogue on how to bridge divides and create a more inclusive, compassionate Church for the future. In the midst of this division, Cardinal Tagle's address was a plea for reconciliation. He emphasized the importance of unity, stressing that despite the differences that exist within the Church, all Catholics are united through the Eucharist. He spoke of the Eucharist not only as a central part of Catholic tradition, but as a symbol of unity, humility, and God's love for all people. His call to embrace the Eucharist as a unifying force was an attempt to remind Catholics of the deeper bonds that hold them together, regardless of the issues that divide them. But while his message of unity was powerful, it also left certain issues unaddressed. Cardinal Tagle did not directly tackle some of the most contentious topics that have caused rifts within the Church. He avoided directly discussing LGBTQ+ inclusion, the role of women, and the Church's response to the abuse scandals that have rocked the Catholic community for years. This silence did not go unnoticed, and many Catholics have expressed disappointment over his failure to confront these issues head-on. Some see this as a missed opportunity for the Church to take a firm stance on these critical matters, while others believe that his avoidance of these topics was intentional, a strategy designed to prevent further division in an already polarized community. Tagle's diplomatic language throughout his speech was another aspect that stood out. He balanced calls for inclusivity and mercy with affirmations of traditional Church teachings. While this approach helped to reach a broader audience, it also left some feeling frustrated. Progressive Catholics, for instance, appreciated his focus on social justice, inclusivity, and a Church that is more merciful and outward-looking. However, they also wished that he had been more explicit in addressing the issues that matter most to them, such as the Church's stance on LGBTQ+ rights and women's leadership roles within the Church. On the other hand, conservative Catholics found comfort in his